Good morning, good morning. I'm your host, Hassan Aline.
Co-host Carl Williams.
And it's another beautiful day in apartheid, Michigan. Apartheid, Michigan,
Michigan,
apartheid,
apartheid,
Detroit. Wow.
Hmm.
Anything new going on or the same old, same old?
Oh, same old, same old. I guess I want to touch on those parking tickets that we talked about last week. And I was supposed to go before administrative law judge, but they haven't contacted me yet. And I sent a response in, so it's going on like 2 weeks.
Well, that's good. If it's 2 weeks, maybe it'd be 2 months, but they call you down.
Well, they don't have no response to it. I know that's what it is because most people don't object to it
Right.
in a legal fashion. So I guess they're just trying to figure out how they're gonna get around it. If they had any sense, I would just go ahead and dismiss it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, then the other thing was I've been hearing people talk about this drainage fee. And one thing I want to make very clear that there is no law. People getting all upset and talking about I'm gonna lose my house, I'm gonna lose it. Based on what? There has to be a law in place in order for you to pay a drainage fee. I mean, we say we're free, but we still, you still act like slaves. Somebody tell you that you got to pay a drainage fee, you don't even ask them where's the law is.
Well, this is still lawless Detroit. You know what
Oh
they're
yeah, it
saying.
is. That's more reason for them to ask questions.
Then they want to know why nothing ever happened because you have all them barnyard Negroes around here.
What you call barnyard niggas?
Your barnyard Negroes around here they still on the plantation.
Yeah.
Simple as that. We still on the plantation. And I guess we can go to Plantation Politics 101. They don't never give up. They don't never quit. We're the only folks that don't change generals when they don't win a war. How do you battle? How do you can't win the war without winning a battle? But you got the same people say I've been around. They say, well, we've been here for 20 years on the fight, losing in, a losing fight, a losing in, and you keep the same folks.
Got a winning record for losing.
or they're self-appointed losers. We talked about the bankruptcy last week. Some of the things that they lied about. That we look in the record and we see here where emergency manager assertion that the city's pension fund have a $3.5 billion shortfall is an estimate. An estimate? When they were saying that crazy noise, they had $3 billion in the pension fund. Now here's a public pension fund that won't publish how much money they have in the pension fund. Isn't that amazing? Public employees don't even know how much money is in their pension fund. They used to publish it. Now they won't give it to you. Confidential. Secret. Maybe it's top secret. Is that what it is?
Well, they don't want the people to know.
Well, they don't know what?
Because people are asking questions now, so now they're not going to publish it. They're not going to make it easy for them to challenge them on what they're doing wrong.
They don't want you to know how much money they're stealing.
Well,
that's all
what
that
they're
is.
Doing wrong.
So the man says an estimate. They're guessing on how much money they need to give. Folks don't know. Kevin O ain't never ran nothing but his mouth. Kevin O came to Detroit. He was not certified to testify in any pension bankruptcy. He didn't say anything in the automobile workers or automobile industry pensions or bankruptcy when they were talking about the bankruptcy for General Motors and Chrysler because he wasn't certified. He didn't take the test. Probably didn't pass it if he took it.
He's probably just sitting as a spectator.
You have to take a test and be qualified by the United States government in order to testify in those bankruptcies concerning somebody's pension. That wasn't done here in the city of Detroit. That Rogue, Stephen Rogue, that's what I call him, Stephen Rogue, the bankruptcy judge, said there were no expert witnesses. He was being very nice, wasn't he? No expert witness. The man wasn't an expert. Kevin Hart wasn't an expert. What was he talking about then? You know, here's something else they always talking about is crazy. Detroit has been in a state of decline for several decades. The city's population has fallen from a high mark of nearly 2 million residents in 1950. And they go back 60 years, almost 70 years. 50 to 2000 is 50, and we're almost, where we at, 2018?
Yeah.
That's almost 70 years. They keep talking crazy. Oh, well, they never did get 2 million people. They said nearly 2 million. So, but what has happened? We know what happened. Says the city's revenue base, causing both property and income tax revenue to shrink as homeowners and jobs have left the city. Homeowners left the city?
Since when?
Say that again?
Since when?
Well, I want to know where did all of them go?
That's why I say since when.
You know, the population of Southfield hasn't doubled. Matter of fact, the population of Southfield couldn't keep Northland Mall open. That's in Southfield.
That's right.
A lot of businesses closing up in Southfield.
That's where they got all them theaters there.
Oh, that 21 screen theater. Oh, yeah, you got to have something. You got to have something. And then they put it on the Great Recession and how we know about the foreclosures, or we think we know about the foreclosures, since that was illegal, and how they tripped people up, actually stole your house from you. And, you know, we're going into election season, and the reason why you can't vote the judges out is because I call them the wolf pack. They have a pack among themselves where they're going to run and they're not going to let anybody else in. So we don't get our candidates to run for judge. They're scared. You know, these lawyers are scared. They won't run to be a judge. You say, oh, yes, they do. Some of them do. When there's a vacancy, a judge is retired, they say, oh, I'll run for that position. But they're not going to challenge any judges. Let's get it straight. They're not challenging a judge because the judge is always making bad decisions, or they don't come to work on time, or they're not processing the law for the citizens of Detroit in favor of the citizens. They're not following the law. Good example is the mortgage foreclosures.
Yeah.
Only the property owner can foreclose on your house. Your house was stolen from you. And most of the judges know about it. I'm not going to say all of them know about it. It's like the council people. They don't know nothing. They're just sitting there. So half of them judges might be alcoholics. They might be on drugs. You never know. They act like it, though. When they get up there, it's my way, the highway, and they act like they got their own little feudal fief down there. Where they this is my courtroom. You know, they think they're on television or something, but they can be removed if they don't follow the white folks up in Lansing. The Judicial Tenure Commission has shown up, put them out in a hurry. But then nobody's challenging them.
No.
As you think they are. Because now, when you look on the list, how it works is they have 13 positions open and 13 judges running for those positions. You don't see any other candidates running against them. When you count up all the names, those are names of judges. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? They put you out your house and nobody owned the house. No, the homeowner wasn't there, or the property owner wasn't there. And you may say, what do you mean the property owner? They sent their lawyer in. How? They'd steal the person there, this guy from Trot, this is a congressman. How do you elect that guy? That guy was going in there putting everybody out of their home, trot and trot. And so he says he's not going to run for Congress again. I guess he says not enough money, and I want to go back to stealing people's money in the foreclosure business. Oh yeah. So they how did they do that? They securitized the mortgages on the property. They made the property a bond, sold them as grade A, government grade A bonds. And they were in Japan and Ireland and Chinese. All these people bought bonds. So how come Mr. Chi from China didn't come and put you out? Well, the person didn't say they were representing anybody from China or Hong Kong or over there in Ireland or South Dakota. So that's the scam they put out. They didn't care. They were getting paid. What you mean the judges got paid? Oh, they contributed, meaning the lawyers, contributed to the judge's campaign or to their fund. Isn't that how you get paid? That's how they get paid legally anyway. Ask Donald Trump. Ask all these people that they want to take and put in jail. You know what, Carl? And that's something funny. They're talking about the Mueller. This guy, this great prosecutor that's supposed to be looking into the case and how they have about 14 people indicted and 11 of them are out there in the cemetery. Well, they might as well be in the cemetery. That's no joke. How do you indict these people that are in the cemetery that are not going to come and testify? I think it's 13. They indicted 13 Russians. They're already in Russia. They're sitting at home comfortably, and they're not coming to America. Why would you come to kangaroo court? Why would you come someplace that you are presumed innocent, guilty, not presumed innocent? You are a Russian communist. They don't even call the Russians communists anymore, do they?
Not no more.
Oh, that's right. They're capitalists again. Now the Russians, they moved up into being capitalists. So these people are not going to come over here. So that wasn't nothing but they want you to look the other way. They want you, that's what would they call that? A misrepresentation of what they are doing. They indicted somebody. Yeah, well, they indicted Pogo and all them guys out of the comic strip. Why do you indict some of them? They might as well indict the Fantastic Four, because it'll be fantastic if they show up.
You know, you said something. You were talking about the judges and stuff where they never get challenged. And that is the fact. You know, people are not aware of the fact that they can file complaints against the judges. And that's, you know, people need to become aware of these things. And more complaints need to be, especially the way they're conducting themselves and conducting court. Now, we did this back, jack off, that was what, back in
probably the 90s.
90s? Yeah. And it made a difference. So we're going to have to start talking about that and showing you the process in order to challenge the judge. Because some of these judges, I mean, they really think they're on TV or act like they're on TV. Or, you know, some of the things that they do are really illegal. But people don't know and they don't feel like they can do anything about it. But there is a process where you can file legitimate complaints against the judges. And I guarantee you, when those complaints start going in, you see a difference then. But right now, like Hassan said, they're going unchecked. You know, they just got their own little fiefdom. Nobody's saying anything, so they just figure like they're untouchable.
Well, they know nobody's going to say anything to them. You know, they come out to them little meetings and the people fall all down. Oh, this is Judge so-and-so. And you can see the judge, a couple of them judges, you can see them over at the parties and Burt's and all them places, Floods. You see them more than you see them out in the community. Well, it's something else, but that's how it goes. And the folks want to know why we not getting anything like the state revenue sharing. That I go say England, but England and Snyder, you can't think of which one of them is a bigger gangster than the other one.
About the same.
Oh yeah, that governor we have is a real gangster. Cut off the state revenue sharing and gonna drive people into bankruptcy. You know, that's what he said. Well, I'm gonna get they got their pension people, and the folks may say, well, why are y'all still talking about the bankruptcy? Isn't the bankruptcy over? No, it's not over. The legal show is over. That legal
Show
dog and
trial.
pony show that they had is over, where they stole money from the people, where they sat up there and say, well, how was the vote? Y'all voted for it. There was no category on the ballot. You couldn't say, no, I don't want this. It said, look, you're going to take, your options are, we'll take 4.5% of your money, or we'll take 25% of your money.
Which is a violation of the the statute.
Well, state election law, but who
Yeah,
cares?
State election law.
Who cares? And all these folks walking around talking about their lawyer. You know what, Carl, and ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know the law, if you want to understand the law and what these lawyers aren't telling you, then you have to get a free copy of the Michigan Constitution and read it. Read some of it. Read 2 or 3 pages out of it. And you'll see they're lying. You'll see they don't even know the law. An example. They want to amend. They want to change the Michigan Constitution. Who is the they? We're talking about Detroit Edison, DTE Energy, Consumers Power. You know, they have a ballot proposal out, a petition. They have a petition drive. They quiet as a church mouse. And the petition says, I'm looking at the petition. I saw it yesterday. I said, wow. And the lady studied lying. Oh, this is to do something. I said, wait a minute. It says, she said to lower the gas bill. And it clearly states to raise the gas bill. Oh, yeah. I read
No
it.
trick.
I said, well, let me look at it. For that $1, they get $1 to get per signature. Some of them give $2. So for this $1, this black woman, young black
She
lady,
gonna raise her gas bill.
she's so simple-minded, she's passing out the petition to raise her own gas bill. I guess she thinks she's going to burn leaves and firewood all winter.
She probably haven't even read it.
Oh, no, haven't read it. And Kyle, look, she didn't let me sit down and read it forever, backside and front, right? They got it in there. They're going to raise the gas bill 5% one year, 7% another year, 10%, and want it in the Michigan Constitution.
Well, see, that's what people don't understand. That's the only way they can raise it is you have to agree to it.
Now, you're going to vote to change it because that's not allowed under the Michigan Constitution.
Don't sign them things. Don't sign them.
So the whole thing is don't even sign a petition. Now, here's another thing that's taking place. And they put that in the paper plain as day. They said, well, the legislature, it appears that the legislature, Republican-controlled, Republican-dominated legislature up here in Lansing are going to sign a law for medical marijuana. They're going to put the ballot, so they're going to sign a law.
Yeah,
I thought it was against the law. Why are the Republicans in a hurry to sign a law? Because they say, we know all the brothers are coming out to vote for the recreational marijuana. We don't want you black folks coming to the polls.
They don't want no high turnout.
And we sure don't want you coming in droves.
Because that means they lose. They lose and we win.
So they're going to sign that petition and make it legal. Or they're going to put a vote in, and it'll be happy days because for them, because hopefully they can get another Republican gangster in office. They'll be in control of redistricting. And all the black folks just running and wasting their time to run for the 13th Congressional District is going to be gone. Isn't that amazing?
Yes, it is.
So if you didn't run for state legislature like we were telling you to run for state legislature, well, you got a big problem. And it's in the Constitution. That's what they're following, the Constitution. Since it was a petition drive, the legislature can go along with it and vote to make it a law for medical marijuana, or they can let it go to a vote of the people. So they don't want the people out there in droves.
No.
Saying, Mary, don't take me on no bad trip. We want to get high. We want to fly. At least they think they flying. I know I'm not riding on no airplane and the guy in there, they got through smoking a joint. You got to check the bus driver every day, don't you now? School bus driver, the city bus driver, because they're going to say, well, it's legal. I can smoke if I want to. But you know, ladies and gentlemen, when you're in a car accident, don't let nobody die. They check you. They want your alcohol level. They come in there. They want to take you to the hospital. They want to check you for any drugs in your system. And if you got any in there, they're going to say that was a contributing factor, and we're going to give you some time and lock you up. So all these people out here, we just getting the crosshairs. We're the target. We got a target on our back. We are the target. About a target on our back. We are the target that they're after to put us back in jail. That's slavery by another name. And you have to work for free now. What they give you, a nickel, 15 cents an hour, some crazy amount, or no amount, just enough so you can get you a couple of loose cigarettes in jail.
And you won't be able to do that because now they done changed it, and everything that's in there, most of the prisoners have to buy it themselves. So the little money that they making, it goes right back to the institution. So it's just like you say, it's still slavery. That's worse than slavery, as far as I'm concerned.
When they in here talking about what happened to Detroit and the loss in the population, well, if you tear down the schools, the people have to go where their children can go to school, don't they? Isn't that against the law that says your children have to be in school? And if you don't, we'll lock you up for that? Oh, yeah, your children have to be educated until they're 16. Isn't that the law? Or is it 17? I know they were talking about moving it up to 17 or 18, but I know it's 16. We know it's such a threshold, 16. After 16, they can be more rounds on their own, huh? Well, yeah. I mean, what do you expect? You're going to drop out of school at 16 and think you're going to be Einstein or some wizard around here. Be for real. I know you say, I'm going to make a lot of money standing on the corner selling dope. $5 a bag, $10. And what's so crazy about it, they got marijuana clinics that they're going to open 50% of them in the city of Detroit, and you're going to sell some weed.
You ought to think about it. Why did they close everywhere else but Detroit? That ought to get you to thinking.
But Carl, how is the dodo bird on the corner, the so-called dope dealer, don't know he's being put out of business every day? Being put out of business. And all I see him doing is sitting around and shooting a little dice or drinking, got the radio up so loud, you'd be like, who are these fools over there with all that loud music? That police ride by them every day. I keep telling y'all, they just waiting for the go signal.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to shoot you down like dogs, and they're going to lock you up. And the whole thing is going to be, you're going to be sitting there tripping, talking about, oh, it's legal. I got this marijuana and it's legal. Yeah, number one, you don't have, you're not a licensed dispensary. You're just somebody selling drugs on the corner. So you're being put out of business. Why don't you start looking for another job the post office hiring? All you got to do is stop smoking. Stay clean for a few months. How long is stay in your system? About 90 days, they say?
Yeah. Depending on how much you're smoking. But
how much they
90
smoking.
days, you should be able to get it out.
Well, they're going to get it out in jail. I know it's going to come out eventually.
Yeah, it definitely come out.
Hey, it comes out when you in jail, don't it? Let's take a call. Call, you on there.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday to you.
Almost all drugs are toxic, and designed only to treat symptoms and not to cure anyone. Monsanto and Bayer wants to get in on this industry of cannabis. And you all know that Monsanto is notorious for poisoning everything they put their hands on. So be careful, you that's excited about trying to get this full weed on the way, because depending on where your source is, you might be smoking your last, inhaling and eating your last cannabis. Also, they keep us dumbed down educationally, dumb and numb, so that they can continue to connect folks to prison pipelines and that they can continue to steal, because we're so dumbed down, financially illiterate. We don't know how they're stealing our tax dollars. We don't know how they're scamming and stealing pensions, and now they want to go after Social Security, all because, like you said, we don't read, we don't research, we don't challenge. We just sit back and say, duh, 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 that's what they said. They said. So we keep going along with what they said, and they counting on us to stay asleep so they can continue to sweep all the property. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you for making it here. You know, that's amazing. They said, no, they lied to you.
Yeah, like always.
They said it wasn't nothing but a lie. They scared to call them a lie, aren't they?
Oh, boy.
Well, pick out a nicer word. Say they fibs. Back in the day.
Say they prevaricate.
Yeah, prevaricate us. Yeah, they're very disingenuous. A lot of words for liars. I know.
I like to say liars. Everybody understand that, and that's exactly what they're doing anyway. But I don't know why people are afraid to just call it what it is.
But what about those pension participation notes to get around the limit, the debt ceiling? Most of us don't even know they have a debt ceiling. There's only so much money a city or county can borrow. So they got around that. And how come they didn't put the people that loaned them the money in jail? How come they didn't even file a complaint against them to get the money back since it went over the debt limit? So they charging us, the homeowners, by raising the taxes. But they let the Ilitch people go.
Mm-hmm.
How do you give Mike Ilitch a tax break that he don't even deserve? How do you do that? Well, I don't know. These black folks who want to be city councilmen, they just get in there to give everything away. You don't need somebody if they're going to give it away.
Mm-mm.
Don't even need them. Let's take a call. Caller, you on? Yeah, I guess I hit the wrong thing. Caller, you on the air.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I just want to weigh in on this marijuana. To me, this is the 2018 form of eugenics against black people. Every decade is a way to reduce our numbers. You know, they destroyed our school system. Now they're going to destroy the minds of our children. Can you imagine our children coming to school smelling like that stink weed? You know, there may be smoke-free zones, but there's no smoke-free zones around your house. You know, you smell that stuff. You can't go anyplace unless you smell that stinky stuff. And so I just say, no to it. It's all designed to destroy black folks. And we need to understand that. So the only people who are going to make profits from it are the people who are making profits from the dope trade right now, not us. And that's my 2 cents. Talk to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Well, that's a fact. We need to say no to the drugs. I know
That's
some
right.
of you still living back in the 60s. I know y'all way back in the day talking about, well, We smoked a little boob. It didn't do nothing. Look at me. Yeah, I'm looking at you. It didn't do nothing to me. Wow, how come it didn't? You know, why we want to be in that dream world thinking they super fly? What's that movie about the woman? What was she? Somebody know all them people. I don't know the woman with what was Greer, Pam Greer.
You talking about?
Yeah, all them people thinking they nice the I call them the Dallas
Bad
Housewives and all that old crazy stuff that they got the people hung up on and don't realize they not looking. Look at the jobs. Oh yeah, Livonia might say he gonna pave all the city streets, not all of them, but they gonna do city streets and sidewalks, not just the major sidewalks. They're gonna come down the neighborhood. They even gonna pave some of the neighborhood streets. Well, they've always been paving a couple blocks in the neighborhood every year, don't they?
Yeah, it's.
Couple blocks. They ain't bring the street sweepers out during election year. That ain't no big thing. But here's the thing on all this 30 million for the residents and the people that live in the city. There ain't gonna be no Detroiters on there. Ain't gonna be no black folks. Well, how many black contractors did he go get a job to? None. He didn't give a job to the black demolition contractors, and they had 40, 50 of them at one time. So if he's not going to get a demolition contractors, he's not going to get other people a contract, the blacks contractors that can put down the sidewalks and do the paving.
And then, what's so really messed up about this, they're not even making no complaint. They're not making no noise. They should be jumping all up and down. I mean, they should react some kind of way. Just don't remain silent.
What they supposed to say?
They can challenge the man. What you talking about?
Oh, you mean them big protests? You mean all them people from the zip code and the ones that want to be out on the street protesting? Well, no, they're not going to protest for no jobs. I don't see them.
No.
The man made an announcement. He's not going to hire any black folks. And out them the jobs, you don't even need to know how to read and write. All you need to know how to do is pick up a shovel and a broom, and you still can't get a job, little colored boy. Why don't you open your eyes, blind man? Why don't you open your eyes to all this rhetoric and this slick talk that they're trying to put on you? Why don't you start saying, I'm from Missouri, you got to show me. Mike Duggan don't have to do anything now because you elected him. You put him in. So he ain't thinking about you. Now the other thing, why they getting you to look the other way. Yeah, you said they're going to put down these sidewalks. Sure they are. But you need to pay attention to where they put them at. And you're going to say, well, when you look up, they're going to say, man, why did they put all these sidewalks in and these new curves in and nobody's living over here in this part of the city? Oh, they're going to do that. They're definitely going to do that. Say, look, man, Hassan and Kyle were right. They didn't put all this sidewalk over here and all these vacant lots. Nobody's over here, and they just a waste of money.
Just like they got these bike lanes, which I think is ridiculous.
Well, that is ridiculous.
You go down. Care. You know what? You go try to go downtown, Cass, and you can't even. Man, it's stay congested because you got your parking lane. You got where you park. Then you got that parking lane. You only got one lane. And you got to almost go on the other side to pass a car.
Well, Cass.
It's ridiculous.
It is, but Cass, you have to remember now, Cass, when you go down Cass, you're going through Wayne State, and they want you to get out and eat. But they got little restaurants down there, a few, but those are Wayne State property. So they want you to get out and they want you to act like they're busy all the time when it's so congested with the two lanes and the bicycles. That's why you can't get through there. But they want to give the appearance that, oh man, it's so congested down there. They got people everywhere walking around. Yeah, Detroit is coming back. That's all they keep saying.
But not only down there, I done seen it other places where they got these bike lanes, it's just ridiculous. That's all they do is just impede traffic.
Sure.
That's all it does.
But what about the insurance? What about when people start getting run over out there in the middle of the street on a bicycle?
Then you're gonna see. Oh yeah, when that happens, then you see a change.
Carla, you on the air?
Good morning, Brother Hassan and Brother Carl.
Good morning, brother.
Good
What's
morning.
happening?
Whole lot. Constant. You know, Brother Hassan, like the sister was saying about that weed situation, that's just another form of chemical warfare. And we can't get caught up in that war. You know, you think about it back in the 60s when they flooded our neighborhoods, understand, with that penny cap, pure heroin, understand. And our people understand not knowing anything or whatever, you know, it was something new to them. Most of us lost somebody in our family. You know, the whole community was affected by the heroin that the federal government dropped in our community, whatnot. And nobody came to our aid. They locked us up, understand? They took our homes, our neighborhoods. You know, all this is warfare. And until we as a people wake up and realize that these people are not going to change. You know, it's like you and Carl, y'all breaking the law down. And as we talked yesterday, Brother Hassan, you know, they make the laws as they go along when it comes to us or whatever. And we got to wake up, Brother Hassan. You know, I always go back to, I pull up them old Muhammad speech newspaper back in the 70s and 60s. And I had that picture of us standing outside of the gate of the factories, understand? And this is the way we are today. Won't be no jobs, Carl, Hassan. They don't have enough jobs for their own people. And, you know, all we got to do is come together as a people. And we're going to be forced to come together. Because, you know, the Honorable Muhammad say he got to turn the devil loose on us. And that's really what's happening. But we don't want to see it. You know, it's hard to wake a dead man. You ever try to go to the cemetery and try to get somebody to come out one of them graves? You'll be there. This is the condition we in, Brother Hassan, Carl.
Oh, yeah, you'll be there.
You'll be there. Y'all have a blessed day, man. Love the both of you guys.
You too now.
You too.
Yeah, if you're trying to get somebody out that cemetery, you'll be there with them trying to get them up.
But I understand what he's saying because you know, sometimes it's hard.
Real hard. But on those sidewalks being put in all over the city, a certain section is going to be for new development. Where is it at? Who knows? Who knows? And the reason why they're doing it this way, there's a couple of reasons. Number one, they don't want you to buy that lot a block over where you will be part of the new development. So it's something they know what they're doing. I bet that's not in that Detroit report. You know, they always tell you to get the book, read about Detroit and what's going on. That ain't in there. That's not in there. Now, the other thing is, when you have a development, when they put new projects in, new homes out in Southfield, Bloomfield, Canton, wherever they doing these new developments, that sidewalk is part of the tax base. That's added to your property taxes. That's part of the cost of your house. That's what your accountant is going to tell you. So in Detroit, they're going to put all this in so when the people make the development, the homeowners, they don't have to pay for that. It's been there a while, 5 or 10 years. And you'll be then forgot about it, and most of us won't even know about it. That should have been put on their taxes. Oh yeah, the people out in the suburbs know about it because they know when they live on gravel roads, when they pave that street, the people on both sides of the street have to pay for that new paving. Especially if it's concrete, they got to pay for them sidewalks to come in. Now, you may not believe that, but why don't you just go out there off a Telegraph and Rutherford Township and look up and see they still got some gravel roads out there, gravel streets out there. they voted down that issue of putting in them new streets. They like their gravel streets because they don't have to pay for that. They don't have
That's
to pay
right.
that $5,000 or $10,000. Oh, people don't know that, especially Detroit, it's because you come here, the street already there. But all those sidewalks that they're repairing, guess who got to pay for it? You, the homeowner. That's going to be added to your tax bill. So you can jump up and down and hallelujah and amen all you want to, but your property taxes are going up.
And another thing, when they do it, they're using inferior product, so they have to do it again. They don't do it where it'll last like they used to.
Well, we weren't supposed to figure that one out, Carl.
Oh.
Oh, no, you weren't supposed to figure that one out. That's why they got rid of the Davidson Freeway.
Yeah.
The Davidson Freeway is there, but you got a new Davidson that had lasted, what, 50 years? 60 years. Without any major repair. They repairing freeways all over the state. So England got in there and finally said, "Oh no, we got to get rid of the Davidson. We got to rip it up, put some more stuff in." They didn't do anything. They didn't widen the lanes. They didn't do anything. They just repaved it.
Didn't really need it.
Ah, but they didn't want people to say that. See,
Yeah.
they didn't want people to think and say, "Wait a minute, this freeway haven't been this. Hey, well, y'all haven't done anything over here in 60, 70 years. Why is it that you can't do what you did in the past? Why is it the state of Michigan has to repair their freeways every 3 to 5 years? And the Davidson is the first freeway that was put in Michigan, and it's still here.
And
But have never been repaired or changed. No major repair work.
And that's the only reason why they did what they did, to put inferior products in, so they had to go back and do it like they've been doing the other ones. Because they left it like it was, people be able to see it. They don't want to expose themselves.
Oh no, that's a fact. They don't want to expose what's going on. They don't want to let you know what's going on with all these hidden charges that they putting on us, and nobody's saying anything about it. It's amazing.
Yes, we got a lot of hidden charges, illegal. Every time you look up, they come on with one.
Yeah, they are. Let's take a call here. Carl, you on there?
Yeah, you're 100% right. What I'm doing, I'm looking at the ratio between income and the medium income of the area. You to have affordable housing, they're going to say, well, you got to have 50%. Say, for instance, down there on down in District 5, 50% of the average area income. Average area income, they says, is $64, because they counting New Detroit. $64 and something. I don't forget exactly what it was. But when you take the $64 and take half of that, that's $32. Well, the average income in Detroit is 25. I'm rounded off $1,000. So you don't qualify. So they say, "Oh, but we're going to preserve so many houses, and you get 60%." Well, the only one can get a house is the one who got 60%, and that's round. That's around $32,000. But after you qualify to get half of the thing, then you got to have at least amount of gross income after 28%. When you take the taxes out, to qualify for a house. That means none of the people in Detroit right now currently can qualify for the houses. But they gave some senior citizens in one building down there so there could be poor people down there, and they was black. That was blind us for what's going on. We would not have no houses because majority of the people, young people, are looking for $15 an hour. They make minimum wage, $9.25, and the ones who's on SSI makes $9,000 a year. They can't do it. The welfare mother makes $2,649 a year and $228 a month. She can't buy it. So the ones on Social Security makes $15,000 on the average in Detroit, like myself. Can't buy it. You don't have any of the preachers that support it can tell us, break down that for us. And we need to put all that on these preachers. That's like what you all are saying. We need to put it on the preachers, on the politicians, all those who support Duncan, to show that they support putting the people out of Detroit in that way. I think then we will turn their members against them. We would turn the whole political situation against the politicians, because all of them need to be cleaned out. City council, state representatives, and we don't need to vote for. We don't need to vote for none of them. I don't know none of them no good. I don't know none of them talking about what we're talking about right now. They ain't talking about those sidewalks. They ain't talking about the ratio of income to the area and break it down like we are talking about right now. So no politician who's been in office, I'm talking about none. Coleman Young Jr. too. We should clean house, and we can clean house if we start writing articles like you ought to expose the sidewalk. And I'm going to write an article. So I'm on it now to write an article to show what they actually support. Instead of talking about Duggan, let's talk about the supporters.
Now, one thing you just did.
All right, thank you.
Wait a minute, Tyrone. One thing you just did, you just exposed this so-called affordable housing.
Yes. And yours exposed that sidewalk, and it's so important because what I thought in 1994 when they talking about you got to pay the sidewalks here, and that and I ain't thinking about it like y'all said, and y'all own the money. They're putting them in, and we're paying for somebody else next to Detroit to come to get it.
That's right. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Okay, now.
Now, we're going to go back. We're going to come right behind Tyrone when he's talking about them churches and preachers. Now, I'm reading from the Michigan Constitution here, and you need to get one. We keep telling you, if you want to know what the law is, they free.
I got 3.
Yeah, call your senator, state senator, call your state rep, and call some of them old guys. You know, they got a bunch of them out there in the garage or down in the basement somewhere they didn't hand out. But they're free to all the citizens, and they're free. They got the picture on them. You just, I got one here, Senator Morris Hood, the third. See, you can call him. Huh?
Then that's the old one.
Yeah. Well, not? Yeah, well, okay. Because he's retiring. He's coming out of there, right? Okay. Now, freedom of worship and religious belief appropriation. Every person shall be at liberty to worship God according to the dictates of his own conscience. Wow. So whatever your mind tells you, that's right. Dictated of your own conscience. No person shall be compelled to attend or against his consent to contribute to the erection or support of any place of religious worship, or to pay tithes, taxes, or other rates for support of any minister of the gospel or teacher of religion. No money shall be appropriated or drawn from the treasury for the benefit of any religion religious sect or society, theological or religious seminary, nor shall property belonging to the state be appropriated for any such purpose. The civil and political rights, privileges, and capacity of no person shall be diminished or enlarged on account of his religious beliefs.
That's it.
Now, how is it that these black churches, these black ministers, are telling people we're going to put you out unless you pay your tithes or taxes? You didn't give any money last month, sister or brother, and you can't be a member of this church. Well, that's a lie straight out of hell. Is the man a preacher or is he the devil? Which one is he? It said right here, Article 1, Section 4, freedom of religion and worship, beliefs, and they talk about appropriation, meaning you ain't got to give them no money. No person shall be compelled to attend or against his consent to contribute to the erection or support of any place of religious worship or to pay tithes. I know y'all don't want to hear that. The Constitution prohibits the preacher, the deacon board, the trustee board, anybody in that church from making you pay tithes. They cannot put you out for not paying them a dime.
Matter of fact, you could charge him for violating the Constitution.
It say to pay tithes, taxes, or other rates for the support of any minister. Uh-oh. You mean you ain't got to get no money on his birthday? You don't have to give any money on the minister's anniversary.
All that's voluntary.
Of the gospel or teacher of religion. Now, you said something that's voluntary.
Yeah.
Like we've been telling you about, the water rates are voluntary. But you say what the mayor said. No, just say the white man told you. And that's why y'all just having to feel they running around and taking your money down and paying what is that? A drainage fee that don't even exist. Got to be voted on. Now, guess what? You may say, man, I'm not thinking about what you said, and that Constitution don't mean nothing. Yes, it does. And here's what you don't know, blind man. Here's what you don't know, young blood. Your minister has a license to preach in the state of Michigan. They ain't got enough sense to walk around here. They not brave enough to walk around here without a license from the white man. He got a state license. And unless, let him sign your marriage license, and he don't have a license, and your marriage ain't no good. They're like y'all never got married.
Yeah, not legally.
Oh, they not legally married?
No.
Oh, so that mean they common law married.
Yeah.
That's common law. When it wasn't signed.
That's right.
By a licensed minister of the state of Michigan. It can't be a licensed minister of the gospel, huh?
No.
Do they put that in there? The state signed for that license. So this man will lose his license to preach in a church if he puts you out, if you make a complaint. Oh, they bad about that. Let them hustlers go somewhere else. Oh, don't worry. We're not going anywhere. We're going to be here to 10:30, the top of the hour. You can call your friends, tell them to tune on in. We're going to keep talking about how these people seem like they pimping, especially the one to say you got to bring your money. You got to bring them some money. We know better. We know better. We talking, get you a Michigan Constitution. Now, I know the lawyers don't want you to have a Michigan Constitution because then you'll know your rights.
That's right.
If you file a lawsuit, you'll know what you can do and what you can't do because you're looking at it in the Michigan Constitution, which is the foundation for the law. Not the law school. The law school is the foundation. The Michigan Constitution is the foundation for the law. But don't go anywhere. We're going to take a mandatory break at the top of the hour. You know, the federal government make you take a station ID break. So I'm your host, Ty Sutherland.
Co-host Carl Williams.
And we'll be right back in a few. And if you go get your coffee hot, call your friends, tell them to call in here and gang up on us. We talking about your favorite preacher and you ain't got to support him. You ain't got to give him no money. Mr. Engineer, can you take us to a break?